Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's not so bright and early anymore. It's 6 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. As you can see, I was just getting ready to leave the house. I didn't have my traditional black shirt on. And I remembered there's an incident that something happened to me yesterday. I just want to share with you guys. It makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder if the attitude, the personality of some of the people in this country, namely Trump supporters. And I'm asking you guys your comments. What do you think about this? Because I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, yesterday I took a bike ride as usual, about 10 a.m. yesterday. And I go about 4 or 5 miles away from my house and 4 or 5 miles back. And of course, I'm all the way at the other end, like 5 miles away from my house, and I get a flat tire in the back flat tire. So I pull over. I have a few things in my backpack for this kind of thing, this kind of situation. I have a fix-a-flat for a bike tire. So I pull that out, flip the bike upside down. I pump the sealant in, right? And I had bought this cheap bike pump because the sealant went in and then it didn't fill the tire up, and I think it was still leaking. So I got this cheap bike pump and I tried to pump the tire up and it wasn't working. So I looked around for other places that might have an air pump. And I spotted an auto body place not too far away, about a quarter mile up the road. So I walked up to there and I walked into the building. Now I go by this place every single day. I go on a bike ride every single day, rain or shine. I do 10 miles. It's part of my workout. And so I'm sure these people that work there see me go by every day. And so I walk into the office and nobody's in the first little office. And I walk into a second office. And I come around the corner, and there's a man sitting at the desk. And he's probably about my age. Crew, kind of a buzz cut. Very serious looking. Honestly, my instinct tells me it's like a Trump supporter. Seriously. And he's sitting at the desk, and he's looking. He turns up slowly and just stares at me. Doesn't say a word. So I was like, "Good morning." I was wondering if I could ask you for a little help. I said, "Would you happen to have an air pump? I just need to put a little air in my tire. I got a flat tire." And I asked it, and the whole time he didn't smile, didn't just stared up at me. Like he looked like I would swear this guy knew me. I didn't recognize him though. And he just didn't say a word, just stared at me. And then the uncomfortable. So I finished. I asked him, "Would you have an air pump?" I mean, it's an auto body shop, so you must have an air pump there. And then I finished the question, and I'm standing there. And for a good 10 or 15 seconds, it was so uncomfortable. He just stares at me and doesn't say a word. So, I'm already kind of all worked up and fidgety, trying to figure if I'm going to walk all the way back home or should I call somebody for help. I really don't want to do that. So I'm kind of like, I'm like, and finally he goes, ask the guys in the back. And he looks back down. That was it. He said about 3 words to me. So I was like, wow, sometimes I wonder if when this happens, do I look like a liberal? Is that what it is? That I asked myself. There was that time that I stopped at the Stop the Steal rally, and I took a knee during the Pledge of Allegiance or during the National Anthem, and a lot of people from around here were at that Stop the Steal rally. I went in there by myself and took a knee during the National Anthem, and I was surrounded. That video is back. If you go back to the end of November 2020, you'll see it. I'll post it on my community page. I thought I was going to get jumped. So anyway, I go around to the back, and there's 2 Hispanic men, and so I start talking to them. They don't really speak English. They were nice. They were friendly. So I said, "Would you just have some air? Could you just help me? Would you have an air pump?" And I look up on the wall, and there's a huge blue Trump flag, of course. And it's one of those Revenge Tour 2024. It's a big freaking Trump, like 6 feet wide by 5 feet high. I was like, oh man, I knew it, And the Hispanic guys, they helped me out. They were friendly. They were nice. They helped me. I flipped the bike upside down, put some air in. I thanked them so much, and I left. I barely made it home. The tire went flat, but I was only about a mile away by the time the tire went flat again. So I ended up walking or pushing the bike the rest of the way, and I fixed it when I got home. But anyway, I kind of, I don't want to go around in my life. And the first thing I'm thinking in my mind whenever I meet somebody is, are they a Trump supporter? Or, is there a friend or foe? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to get to that point in my life where it's us and them. I don't want to get there. But, at first I was fighting that instinct, because that's the first thing that came into my head when I walked in there. And this guy just had this angry look on his face, not saying a word, making the uncomfortability factor was through the roof. I mean, you could cut the stress, the anxiety in that room with a knife. And that's the first thing I thought. And I'm telling myself, no, it can't, it's not that. Maybe he's just having a bad day. Maybe, it takes, it's because I talk fast, and especially when I'm in a jam. So maybe it just took him a sec to really, to understand what I was asking for, because I know I talk really fast. And, I go around the back and I see the Trump flag. So it's like, do I look like a liberal? Does he see me go by every day? And because I've had this happen before, people, not that it's any of their business, they don't know I have a YouTube channel, I have side gigs. I make money from, I'm an artist first and foremost, and I don't work regular hours. And I've run into this before with Trump supporters asking me, well, don't you work? What do you work at? What do you do? Where's your work boots? Stuff like that. I've gotten that question over and over again from Trump supporters, like it's any of their freaking business. Well, if you don't work from 7 to 4, 8 hours during the day, then you must not be working. As if it's any of their freaking business. Was it that? Is it them seeing me every day riding my bike like I should be at work? Do I look? Is it the haircut? Is it the bike? Is it green energy? Because I have run into that before. I've run into these diesel trucks going by and just blowing smoke. It's almost a daily thing now with this rolling coal and I hear the diesel truck coming, and sure enough, as soon as they go by, they nail the gas, and they attempt to blow smoke all over. Like they hate people on bikes or people, pedestrians. Everybody should be in a car. Everybody should love fossil fuels, I don't know what it is, because I thought I was paranoid. I thought I was, I told myself that I was overdoing this. That, I was doing the whole us and them thing until I saw the Trump flag in the garage, and I realized, I was right on target, or is it... I don't know. There's no way to tell. He could have been having a bad day. Maybe it had nothing to do with me. But it just reinforced my whole opinion of Trump supporters. Just angry. Angry. Let me know what you think. Have a good Friday.